Okay, what up, friendos? Welcome back. You know you're in for a real treat when you see about 30 tabs open on my screen and we're looking at something that was on Kickstarter at one point, because it just always makes for the best content. Untamed Isles is back. If you don't know what that is, you will be forgiven. It was a while ago, I think 2021, when the whole saga started. Untamed Isles has appeared on Steam, and I'm telling you, as soon as you start looking at this game, you might be somebody who's new to my channel, new to this content, whatever it is, that's just seen this pop up and thought, oh, I'll search around on Google and see what's going on. Is this going to be a cool, interesting new Pokemon like that Nintendo might run down in the streets like a dog and try to fuck to death legally, of course. But in fact, no, it's a game that originally was on Kickstarter, asked for $200,000, got $800,000, invested it in cryptocurrency, lost it all, and then basically fucked off into the night sky. And at the time as well was heavily invested in making their own NFTs and things, and now is back by some weird fucking cryptocurrency companies that are talking in complete buzzwords about doing things with a game that has absolutely dirt for a name. So we're going to go through it from the very beginning. I'm going to give everyone a refresher on the history and everything. So bear with me while I try to stumble through. Basically, my experience with this game, which it never was, is that I saw it on Kickstarter, and being somebody who always does laugh and tell people not to invest money in Kickstarters, especially MMO Kickstarters, I made a video showing the trailer saying, yeah, it looks cool, but I'm very skeptical. And as you can see here, doing a quick Control F for crypto, the skepticism was warranted, because you've got two words already that strike fear into the hearts of fucking every mortal: Kickstarter and MMO. But then you involve crypto as well, and you basically got the three horsemen of the apocalypse there. So when I saw this, I was like, yeah, definitely don't give them any money, because this is fucked, right? This is going to be an absolute mess. And Joshua Grant, the guy who was the CEO of Channel Fireball, who lended credibility to this project, because somebody who's already a successful entrepreneur, who has got a reputation, who's got experience in building things, throwing his name and hopefully money behind something like this, yeah, that's going to lend a little bit more credibility than just random people on Kickstarter saying, no, we can definitely do all these things that you're going to give us money for. So I spoke to him. I raised the same points and problems with him in private. I made multiple videos about this, saying people shouldn't give them money, saying they're already funded, I guess, because people already did, because they see a flashy trailer on Kickstarter and just think, oh yeah, I'll give you my money for whatever reason. You know, have we not already taught you this lesson, old man, just beating it to death in the corner? But then obviously, as usual, I don't know why I'm saying that, I was proven right, wasn't I? Because as time went on, there was very little updates, and then within 1 year, and this is going to be hilarious, by the way, not in the haha funny way, but because people lost a bunch of money on this, but in the stranger than fiction, the world is stupid kind of way. They just posted this on August 11th, 2022, saying essentially, we lost all your money on cryptocurrency. So see ya, you know, bye-bye. We're out of here. Thanks for the $800,000, by the way. And then later on basically came out and said, oh, we didn't lose your money on cryptocurrency. It wasn't in one of these updates, by the way. It was in an AMA on their Discord or something like that prior to that closing down. As you can see here, apparently they had a bunch of investors pull out the project. I found it on the Discord server. Not sure why it wasn't mentioned here. Now I'm going to spit some game at you right now about why this is either bullshit or fucking irrelevant nonsense, because the way that this works is you have a responsibility, and you as a business professional should also have some kind of expertise and professionalism when it comes to things like this. So if you had investors pull out of the project, I've got two questions for you. Why did you say this? We leaned into the crypto market and expanded rapidly off the back of the positive interest. When the crash came, we ended up heavily exposed with too short of a runway. I'll translate that for you from fucking middleman PR speak bullshit. Heavily exposed essentially means that you had money tied up in this thing. And too short of a runway is, well, I mean, what happens if you're in a plane and you run out of runway? You crash and burn. So it might be the case that you had investors that pulled out, but riddle me this one. How did you run out of runway when you asked for 200,000, people gave you 840,000, and within a year you were too exposed to cryptocurrency and essentially bankrupt and had to pull the plug? Doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? I know he said that they heavily expanded, but this just shows a level of complete fucking incompetence, doesn't it? It's either incompetence or something worse. I think it stinks. I think it absolutely reeks of bullshit when you're literally bragging here over 420% funded, but you ran out of runway within a year. That's fucking wild. Especially when, by the way, I'm going to talk about this now. This is the account that's back and posting about, it's the comeback of the game that never was, the Untamed Isles. Shen.root, ShenX Crypto. But he's the CEO and founder of Gen 3 Games, never fucking heard of you, and the project leader, the Tradeverse, Zerpmon, and StayKFi. Now, I'm just going to say, none of this shit is relevant to anybody's life, and you're the project lead of nothing. If you have so many projects that I've never heard of, and I'm, not heavily involved in cryptocurrency, but, I know some people, I'm around, and obviously cover it for videos quite a lot, and I'm heavily involved in gaming, and I've never heard of any of this shit. You're the project lead of the best place to buy, discover, and trade your favorite Futureverse and Root Network collectibles. Never heard of these either. You can get some Zerpmons, though. Fucking fantastic. Get yourself some Zerpmons, lad. Get your sent it shop and get yourself some Zerpmons. So Zerpmon's the other thing that he's involved in. What Gen 3 Games is involved in some Zerpmons. Coming soon to the Root Network. Is that one of the other ones? No, but he's called Shen.root, so I guess that's the Root Network. And then StayKFi. Earn daily rewards on your favorite tokens. Amazing. So this is all good, you see. This is all an interconnected web of companies and systems and things that nobody uses and is irrelevant to everybody's life. But of course, this is somebody you should definitely trust because they're the CEO and co-founder of this thing nobody's heard of, and the project lead of a bunch of stuff that is interconnected with the other stuff that nobody's ever heard of. And obviously he's saying, rather than the original MMO of the Untamed Isles, we're shifting to multiplayer instance-based extraction-style gameplay loop alongside various global social hubs and multiplayer features. The Zerpmon IP will be involved. Great. I can't wait. I've been saying for years, can't wait to get the fucking Zerpmons involved in my games. Zerpmon for life. And they're going to change from turn-based to real-time combat reminiscent of games like Palworld. Watch out, fucking Nintendo's ears just perked up. And then you just get to the stage of hilarity, don't you? As a team of 15 people working on multiple large-scale games and on-chain experiences, we now have the opportunity to work on some incredible IP and bringing it to life. How about you 15 people work on making one of the large-scale games first and having that be successful instead of multiple large projects and then taking more on? You just look like a fucking clown. Maybe this is a really cool guy and maybe he's really good at his job and maybe he's like a very savvy businessman, a very savvy programmer. Some might even say a savant at project leading. You have to be leading so many projects successfully. But none of that's relevant because nobody cares and nobody will care because you're bringing back a game that took people's money that most people wouldn't have been involved in anyway because it's cryptocurrency involvement. And they're saying now this is going to be a Web 2 experience at its core, leveraging Web 3 technology, and then just says a bunch of buzzwords. But then you look at who they're partnered with, and this is where it starts getting interesting, you see, because they're partnered with Futureverse, which is a gold checkmark on Twitter, which is great. And they're building on the Root Network. And what would you know? Who works at the Futureverse? Well, if it isn't our buddy Josh Grant, VP Game Experiences at Futureverse for the last 1 year and 8 months. So, and you can see here, Altered Phoenix, formerly known as Fat Loot Studios, is a gaming studio based in New Zealand that employed over 80 staff and managed a large, massive multiplayer title. Which one was that? The studio raised funds privately and through crowdfunding. The business was merged/acquired by Futureverse in Q1 2023. This was the business that I took from startup to acquisition. And it just goes to show, right, that cryptocurrency The world of crypto is just the hills have eyes. They're all just fucking each other's cousins. Like, it's just incest. Because your game studio that you're bragging about here, that you took from nothing to acquisition, you're now the VP game experiences at Futureverse. You didn't manage a large multiplayer title. You raised money for it from people, did something with the money, who fucking knows what, and then leveraged that into your company being acquired by another company that you're now heavily involved in as the VP of game experiences. And now your company, through layers of abstraction, is using the assets and stuff that people paid for before for another thing to essentially re-release a game that you've just posted back on Steam with your old developer name. Like, all of this just looks sketchy as fuck. It all just looks ridiculous. And it's especially ridiculous because, follow me on this mystical fucking magical carpet ride. When they originally posted this project, all of their profile pictures were of these stupid, ugly fucking animals. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but I didn't really question it at the time. But then when you start adding 2 and 2 together, you do end up with 4 usually. And these were NFTs. And then you look at Josh Grant and see what he was posting about, and he was reposting Guppy Gang NFT. And then if you look at Guppy Gang, oh, wouldn't you know? What do you know? What's the... Can we see a similarity here? Can we do a quick CSI Miami, do a comparison? That was these things. So not only was this person managing a large multiplayer title that he said, which was essentially just raising money from people on Kickstarter and then vanishing into the ether with that money, that you definitely didn't invest in cryptocurrency, by the way, or one of these other projects. But there's some very interesting coincidences here. Oh, what a coincidence. You got 840,000 New Zealand dollars on the 25th of September 2021, and then Guppy Gang NFTs launched in October of 2021. That's weird. That's very odd, isn't it? And then what do you know? Nobody's using this. Nobody's activity, sales, 0. Volume, 0. As you can see, utterly fucking devoid of life, just like everything else that's touched here. And this is the guy, and he's reposting this. So then when you look at this, people do post, so what will happen to the original Guppy Gang NFT? And you just see this is all connected. It's just all... I don't see how this is not a grift. I really don't, because what you've got here is like 9 different projects, all connected to each other, multiple of them abandoned, and then they're saying, oh yeah, this game's coming out, by the way. This one of multiple large games that we're working on, of course. But don't look behind the curtain at the fucking graveyard of other projects that released at a similar time that we received funding, that we stopped posting on the official Twitter on January 6th, 2023. And this is within like 10 minutes of looking into this. I wonder how many more there are. But obviously this Futureverse thing is just another big foray into the metaverse, isn't it? Like all of this stuff, the Root network, a blockchain purpose-built for open metaverse activations, utilizing protocols to enable seamless user experiences and enhance content interoperability. And then you see what they're posting. Like, look at this, bro. Who asked? Like, what are they've just got sex offender characters in their game. Like, what? Like, what is this? Is it PlayStation? Are we back to PlayStation 1? Who's excited about this? And this is what they're showing off, like, oh yeah, fucking sick guys. And as you scroll through, they're just connected to everybody. Oh, look, it's Illuvium. Illuvium on Futureverse. Like, here's another one. Captain Root posts here's the future of gaming. The big 3 game experiences they've been working on. The Third Kingdom, Fluff World, the Readyverse, and Visit Open. Great, you've got Red Alert 1. This looks worse than Red Alert 1. It just goes to show, guys, like, every time you peel a layer of this rotten onion, you'll just see, like cockroaches, crypto cockroaches just start scurrying out. And then they're all posting, like, this is great news. I was an original investor through Kickstarter. No, you wasn't. No, you're a Mark. Hello, Mark. Will we be considered when the game rolls out? Of course, the original community and Kickstarters played a massive role in the early stages of this project, and we will definitely be making sure that we provide them the support that they deserve. If you were going to do that, you wouldn't have vanished fucking 2 years ago, would you? You'd have not had a heavy exposure to cryptocurrency. You would have not said, we can definitely do this for $200,000. Oh, thanks for the 840. Peace, motherfuckers. And you'd have been posting here. You'd have updated everybody here. You'd have posted on this Kickstarter and said, oh, by the way, guys, we've now, through this other company that somehow acquired our studio that we never posted about, even though it happened over a year and a half ago, because as you can see here, been working there for 1 year and 8 months, acquired Q1 2023. Where's the update then? Where's the update you said you were going to post? But some crypto guys posting it on their Twitter, and you've managed to post it to Steam. Like, this stinks, guys. It absolutely fucking stinks. So if you see this game pop up, I don't care if you're the biggest Pokemon fan, do not touch this shit. Because, number one, the history of it's completely and utterly fucked. It's completely devoid of being trustworthy. And nobody involved in this is trustworthy in any way until proven otherwise, which, I mean, I don't know how you can do that at this stage. Number two, I mean, it's now a crypto game. I mean, it was always going to be a crypto game, but now it's even more of a crypto game because they're all just full send crypto fucking clowns with their 37 companies, and we're all the best entrepreneurs, and look at us jerking off in the corner over our cousin because, like I said, it's just all connected. They're all, oh, I've got a company. Oh, yeah, I've got 3 companies. Let's connect our companies. And then that guy over there with 3 companies. And then we're all connected. Interoperability, guys. Huge connection. Don't have a single fucking game that has anybody playing it, but we'll post about our 37 projects that we all manage. But either way, I think that's enough rambling for me. I think I'll get back to doing what's important in life, playing old school RuneScape. So when you see this pop up on your Steam, don't wishlist, don't have anything to do with this, just move on, let them know that it died for good reason and they thoroughly deserve their failure. And then, of course, I'm sure they'll release one of their other, 17 large games that their 15-man team's working on. And it'll be an incredible success with all gamers everywhere and completely change the futureverse. And the revolutionary AI metaverse technologies that they're developing will certainly just solve all the problems, and all the gamers will rejoice in one complete unison. But there we go. Thanks for watching as always. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, or whatever you get from this. And suggest me content if you want to see me cover something. Post it in my Discord, Twitter, whatever else it's going to be. And check out GamerSupps, link in the video description. 10% discount if you use my code. I get a kickback if you do. And I'll see you next time, hopefully. Peace.